Hi, it's Jim at Better Photo. If you have felt at times like your photography is just missing something, I have many gems to share with you today. This is part of a free online series I'm giving where I'm spilling the beans on the 7 habits to crafting truly breathtaking photos. Photos that don't just catch the eye, but capture the heart. Imagine having a portfolio you're not just content with, but you're proud of. Photos that make your heart swell and your viewers' jaws drop. Curious? You can be part of this transformative journey. All it takes now is a simple sign up. Just pop your email below to express your interest. Click that link, enter your email, raise your virtual hand and say, yes, I am ready to elevate my photography game and create visuals that leap off the screen. You know, over the past 30 years, I've gathered the best simple secrets to make your photos produce an emotional response, an involuntary ooh and ah reaction in both you and your viewers. Let me recap just a few of the habits that I've previously shared in this series. First, declutter your visual space and start by curating your collection. This might sound like a chore, but think of it as a treasure hunt. Sift through your own photographic work and push even the slightly mundane to the side so you can spotlight the gems. Now here's the trick. Go in rounds. Cut your photo collection in half and then do another round, halving it again and again until you've distilled to your top 250 or 10 or maybe your 3 absolute favorites. Make finding these masterpieces a game. Put on your best playlist and just have fun. This process isn't about making painful sacrifices. It's about revelation. Most photographers get lost in the volume of their work, unable to see the forest through the trees. But when you prune, you uncover how stunning your photography already is, and you ignite the flames of inspiration. You see how you're actually pretty great, and you want to do more. Beating yourself up over the misses, that just lowers your energy. Begin this process today with the images you most recently created. Set the less thrilling ones aside, and if you're hesitant to delete, simply relocate or label them. Sometimes just putting the less inspiring into a folder other than the trash can will allow you to weed with total courage and clarity. Remember, either way, you keep the images that give you great joy, gratitude, excitement, pride. These are your true victories. It may seem straightforward enough to do this, but have you done it? Have you done it recently? Ask yourself, could I improve my gallery of keepers just a bit? Give it a go. Refine your collection and observe how it transforms your perspective. Perhaps your Better Photo gallery or your website could be the exclusive showcase for these elite images. Wherever you place your favorites, take a moment to bask in their glory. Celebrate your progress and indulge in the joy that your best work brings. Now, this is just one simple first habit. We also talked about the importance of shooting in volume. Instead of aiming to get that one great shot, work the scene and try many different variations. The most successful creative results don't come from perfectionism. They occur when we put perfectionism aside and shoot in volume. And we also want to give ourselves photo assignments, and in particular, shoot both before and after photos so that you clearly see from different perspectives how the different techniques work. Now, here's my next habit of outstanding photography. It has to do with something somewhat puzzling for most people about aperture and shutter speed. These are 2 critical elements that profoundly impact the emotive quality of a photograph whenever you're using a camera that allows you to control aperture and shutter speed. Many who use such a camera find the technical details confusing. Like a tricky math problem where it's easy to forget which numbers control what and how they interact with each other. So let's simplify using a very simple metaphor. I like to call this Jim's simple seesaw. Imagine a seesaw like one on the playground, and on one end you have aperture, represented by f-stop number, and on the other end you have shutter speed. And here's how the seesaw balances. When you opt for a smaller f-stop number, which opens the aperture wider, your shutter speed will naturally need to increase to compensate for the increased light exposure. Conversely, increasing your shutter speed to capture faster movements will require you to use a smaller f-stop number, narrowing the aperture, and thus reducing depth of field. This balancing act is crucial for achieving deep depth of field, or what I refer to as power focus, a technique, a favorite of mine, that allows you to isolate your subject by using shallow depth of field, gently guiding the viewer's attention to a specific point in your photo. Power focus is an effective way to declutter a busy scene visually. Keep in mind, as long as your ISO, that's the thing in the center, the fulcrum, remains constant, adjusting the seesaw between your shutter speed and your f-stop will help you consistently capture images with depth of field or the power focus that you desire. Remember, a smaller f-stop number equals a smaller depth of field, simplifying your composition and enhancing the impact of your subject. So this is the next step in outstanding photography. Go into aperture priority mode or shutter priority mode and select an aperture for either powerful focus or deep depth of field, remembering Jim's simple seesaw of exposure. Now here's some bonus points. Combine the previous step of doing a before and after photo with this habit of using the seesaw. Shoot one version of your subject with power focus, and then shoot a second version with deep depth of field. Then compare the two photos, and you will more deeply learn and understand how this powerful technique helps you create powerful photos. We have more outstanding habits to come. Remember to click the link below, punch in your email, and you're in. Oh, and before you go, why not hit the like on this video right now and drop a comment with your thoughts or questions. These small gestures help spread the word, much like how a small change to aperture or shutter speed helps you create remarkable photos that stand out in the sea of the ordinary. So, are you ready to inject magic into your photography? To craft images that are not just good, but phenomenal? If you've been battling the creative doldrums, unsure how to make your vision come to life, now's the time to raise your hand. Sign up and also share your thoughts. Remember, this isn't a monologue, it's a dialogue. Comment below about how these habits have helped you, or how and which ones you're intending to use to focus during the next days and weeks so you can make better and more outstanding photos time and time again. I'm beyond excited to welcome you to our free online workshop, if this is your first time, for a time of imaginative photography fun. Jim from Better Photo here, signing out. I'm counting the days until we meet next. Until then, have fun making outstanding photos.